Hello, this is the Tarot Master back for lesson 2. I have been a Tarot Master for 42 years in secret while I had a professional position at a Fortune 100 company. Anyway, today's lesson will be about the Major and Minor Arcana. The word arcana comes from the Latin word arcanus, and it means hidden. And that word comes from an even older word that is arca, which means box. And that's interesting because we always store our cards in a box. There are two types of cards in this deck: the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. Now, if you've ever looked at a deck of playing cards, you will see kings, queens, jacks, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in 4 different suits. That is basically the Minor Arcana, and that is represented in the tarot deck. Hearts would be cups, etc. Wands would be spades, I guess. And you can figure out the rest. Anyway, so there are 4 different suits in the Minor Arcana. This booklet calls them the Lesser Arcana, and those are wands, cups, let's see. This is not scripted. I'm just talking, swords, and let's see. Come on, fingernail. Pentacles. Each one of these suits refers to an element in nature. For instance, cups would be water, wands fire, pentacles earth, and swords air. So you have earth, air, wind, and fire. And that's important to know, because the element that the Lesser Arcana come up with the most in your reading will directly affect how you read the whole spread. So that's important. Just keep that in mind for now. I know that's a big concept to understand, but now the Major Arcana are very powerful cards. When they show up in a spread, it means to make a note not only of the card, but the cards around that card. That's an important thing to know. Now, you can see in this booklet that there are several Major Arcana, and contrary to popular belief, every single one of these cards is neither negative nor is it positive. It just exists, like gravity, like light, just exists. The whole reading will depend upon other cards around these Major Arcana cards. Don't be scared of any of them. There's the Devil. Don't be scared of it. What I suggest you do is read this entire little booklet and become very familiar with each of the Major Arcana. Okay? Just the Major Arcana this time. And then tomorrow we'll open up our decks, which have been percolating, and we'll go over one of the Major Arcana in detail and continue through all the Major Arcana. So that's going to take a while. but that's okay. There aren't that many of them. I think, let's see, there are, looks like, oh, I can't count, whatever. Let's see, one, two, oh, look, they put them in Roman numerals. Boo. Let's see. I don't know, 21, 22 major arcanas. So it will be 22 days, but it's well worth investing your time now in learning what each card represents in its pure form, because once you understand that, it'll be much easier for you to interpret a spread. So I'm not just jumping into a spread with you. I want to go over all the details first so you have a nice foundation when you start your spread. I also suggest you start reading up on the minor arcana, knights, queens, and everything like that. Usually a page, just FYI, is a young person or a message. Or a message from a young person, etc. Anyway, so there's a lot of information in this booklet, and I think it's worth reading. Do not go out and buy one of these additional fancy books. You don't need it. All you need is this little booklet here, and it was free. A lot of your friends may tell you, oh, you should buy this book or that book. For beginners, all the information you need is just in here. Okie dokie. Anyway, I hope you have not opened your box, because if you've opened your box before the 7 days, you're going to have to let it percolate for another 7 days. It needs the 7 days. Anyway, I actually opened my box after 7 days, so I followed the rules. Anyway, thank you for visiting my site. And I do not do private readings anymore. So this is purely informational. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not expecting to do readings later and trying to fool you. I will not be doing any more private readings. I'm just done doing that. I'm here to teach a new generation, and that's why I'm here. Anyways, have a good evening. Read up. It's a good little book. Lots of information in here. When you see the word reversed, it just means if the card comes out upside down. But that doesn't happen very often. It usually happens to people who don't shuffle the deck properly, and we talked about how to shuffle that deck. So anyways, good night.